Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel, Jalasan Tarot. Let's get straight into today's topic, actually. I'm excited to get started. So, we are asking about this person you are currently thinking about and what would they say to you? Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. Are they able to say this to you? That some of you might be in a no contact, a disconnect, one of those type of situations, separation. However, if you are in a connection or relationship with this person, are we are do they need to confess anything or do they just want to say things to you that they haven't had a chance to, including emotions and feelings? So I have no idea what's going to come through today, guys. We're going to leave it open. But with that being said, make sure you are in the right state of mind to receive the messages because you never know what messages are going to come through for the collective. All right. So, with that being said, what do they want to say to you? If that sounds like your reading, let's get into it. We do have a different tarot deck for each of the readings today with a few of the oracles. Don't forget timestamps and tarot decks, oracles are all listed in the description, and the timestamps are pinned to the top of the comments, okay? So for those of you that want to go through the pile selection with me right now, let's get started. Pile 1, we have this rose quartz sleeping cat. I don't know if it's sleeping, but it's a rose quartz cat. And of course, the rose quartz cat, I paired it up with the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck. So the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck with the rose quartz cat. For group 2, we have this, we're going to say lizard. Could be a dragon. It could be any type of lizard, a bearded dragon. Either way, it's very beautiful. Could represent snake energy because lizards are, I think they're a descendant of snake energy. So just throwing it out there. And for your reading today, group 2, we are going to be using the Druid Craft Tarot deck. It's a pretty large deck. So the Druid Craft with our lizard. For group 2. Group 3, we have another pink, well, rose quartz, but this is a double pointed tower. And for your reading today, we will be using the stained glass tarot deck. I was going to say, this is what it looks like upright on the back. Ten of Pentacles, now that I flipped it. All right, so the stained glass tarot with the rose quartz double pointed tower for you guys for group 3. All right, everyone, feel free to pause if you need a moment. If you are ready to go to your reading, I will meet you over there. And I'm ready to get started. Bye, guys. Hi, guys, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the rose quartz cat, kind of reminded me of the Cheshire cat because of the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck. I thought it was a good combo. That being said, you're at the right reading. So we are heading into this person that you are currently thinking about. And we're asking today, what would they say to you? If they could, what do they need to say to you that they haven't? If you are in a separation or no contact, this could be like what they would want to talk to you about. However, this could also be some sort of confession. We're going to leave it open. So I hope you are ready to receive these messages, guys. Let's see. Spirit, thank you so much for coming through for the collective energy as always. May we get the best messages for group 1 today. For groups 1, higher good. What do we need to see? What do they want to say to group 1, Spirit? What do we need to see today? Thank you so much for being here. All right, guys, let's see. This person you are thinking about, what do they want to say? What's going on with them? Okay, so we have the moon. Now, this is a major arcana, and moon energy is card number 18. It's Pisces, water, Cancer. Oh my God, and there's the cat. There's the Cheshire cat. And Alice. Okay, let's see. The moon. Interesting. What do they want to say to you? This person. Okay, so we have this, of course, the 6 of Teacups in the reverse. This is the 6 of Cups in the reverse, guys, coming through. The Ace of Teacups in reverse. Ace of Cups in the reverse. 2. Sometimes these cards stick, guys, so just trust the process. Spirit, what needs to come through? What do they want to say? King of Flowers. So this is our King of Swords. I'm sorry, King of Wands. Flowers is wands. The 8 of Flowers. 8 of Wands. Okay. Some communication, maybe? Well, we are talking about what do they want to say to you, but they may actually say it. I don't know. Let's see. The star. Wow, the moon and the star. I'm hearing you are my moon, my star, something like that. That sounds romantic. The star is card number 17, right before the moon, by the way. Aquarius energy, air. We also have the Knight of Flowers upright, which is the Knight of Wands. The Hermit. Is it in reverse, Spirit? I don't think so, but... oh my God, it's coming out the same way. All right, we're going to take it upright. The Hermit, card number 9, Virgo energy, which is Earth. King of Hedgehogs. Wow. King of Pentacles with the King of Flowers. What does this person want to say? And we got the Knight. We got 2 Knights. Okay, this is interesting, guys, because we got the King of Hedgehogs and the Knight of Hedgehogs. We got the King of Flowers and the Knight of Flowers. Are there 2 people? Okay, whoever you are thinking about primarily, and again, this might not fit for everyone, so don't force it, but if you have someone on your mind, this person could be thinking about you with someone else. They may confront you, something like that, but you might have 2 people on your mind. That could be for some of you. All right, let's get into it, guys. I am thinking that this is the same person, though, because another message I'm getting is the type of way they want to come toward you, because I do feel like they want to move in your direction, but it's like the old, out with the old, in with the new. Oh, gosh, I'm getting multiple things, guys. So I think for the right collective, this is one person. And this person wants to change how they move in your direction. They want to provide some sort of stability and shy away from the physical, the passion. So what would they say to you? I think it's like I'm getting past and current. All right. We have the moon and we have the star. Let's start there. I think in the past, or, in the recent energy, this person is not a communicator, or at least they may not have shared with you how they feel. They could be hiding things. And I'm getting the feeling that it's more so about their emotions than anything else, guys. I'm not reading or thinking there's a confession involved, which I think is a good sign. I do feel like this person might have a hard time being vulnerable. I do think that their feeling is overwhelming. They're highly emotional when it comes to you. And I'm not sure where you and this person are at, whether or not you are talking or at a disconnect. it really depends on your connection. But we are getting the King of Teacups in reverse at the bottom. And I do feel like there might be a door that is closed, or this person is, and it could be mirrored, but I do believe that this person is a little overly emotional right now when it comes to you, and they're not sure how to temper it. What they would say is that they have not let you go. They haven't released you. We're getting the Six of Teacups in the reverse. You and this person have history. It's very clear. You may have known this person for a long time. And if they're coming through as moon energy, I believe that this is the type of person that either they could be introverted, they could keep to themselves. They're not the type of person that's, gonna have an emotional conversation with you. I feel like if anything, they're coming through, even though we're not seeing the energy right now, more in a logical way. I think that's what they're trying to reflect on or get to with the Hermit being in the middle of, or the center. It's like they may have come to you in a way that was reckless. Knight of Flowers could be pretty reckless. I think you might have a history with this person where things didn't always go smoothly. If you and this person were physical, that might be what is something that they would want to say to you, that they do they do value the time they have with you in a physical way. If you and this person have not been physical in the 3D, I think they would talk to you about the passion that they have for you. The Knight of Flowers does indicate that they do have excitement. They get riled up a little bit. And we are getting it with the King of Flowers. So it's like forward movement, it's passion, okay? But I'm wondering if something was like a false start, and maybe this person is reflecting on how they moved in your direction. It could have came in, like I said, in a reckless, maybe a rash way where they may have come too strong. If they weren't the type of person that came in too strong, I do believe that they may have only put you in a category of, especially if you have history with this person, of, lacking the emotion and maybe focusing more on the passion behind it. But regardless, you two could be at a disconnect right now. We are getting the Hermit energy. Or you might sense that this person is distancing. I feel to repeat the false start, meaning like if you and this person attempted to start or build something, it didn't really get far. So the new beginning or the new spark that you thought was gonna, or this person thought was gonna create a better energy between the both of you in the 3D, I think it kind of backfired for whatever reason. But what they would want to talk to you about is they do not want to give up. They want to move in your direction, but they want to come in a different way. So let's talk about that, because toward the end, we have the hedgehogs, and hedgehogs is very earthy. So that could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And just to go to the flowers, wands energy, that's fire, that's Leo, that's Aries, that's Sagittarius. But this person's current energy could be that they are hermiting, meaning that they're reflecting and they are thinking about, if they're getting insights. I love hermit energy because I often am in this type of energy, or I'm very comfortable being in the hermit energy, to be honest. And this person, I feel, might, whether they're comfortable being in the hermit energy or not, it feels as though they are taking a time out to find some clarity on what may have not worked out, the beginning that didn't happen. Okay, and I'm getting, for some of you, the message that's coming through is the loving relationship that didn't start. So it feels a little as though this person is in deep reflection over it. I think what they're coming to, like the decision that they're coming to when they get out of this hermit energy, is they want to move in your direction, but in a different way. They don't want to lead with passion because I don't think it worked for them. They want to lead with stability. They want to lead with loyalty. I'm feeling like the energy of the king and the knight. It's like forward movement, consistency. I'm getting the energy that this person wants to create something that's more solid and serious because it does not feel good right now where you guys are at. And this might not be a permanent end. I think, if anything, you guys are taking a time out, but we might get some more details. With the Eight of Wands, though, it does feel like communication might, this person does want to come in maybe within the week. Wands energy could be very fast, but hedgehog or pentacles energy could be very slow. So it's, again, to go back to the original message at the start of the reading, where do you have two people on your mind? Now, I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but I'm just gonna briefly talk about it. For those of you that may have someone else that's coming through in this reading, it could be that you have two kings. One that's you're more feeling a passionate connection with. Another king you might be feeling where that could be the real deal. You could sense stability, loyalty, where you might not feel that with the Wands energy. And that could be the person from your past, is what I'm getting. And this could be a person that's new. So if that's the case, I feel as though both of these individuals are going to come at you potentially at the same time. They're surrounding the Eight of Wands, guys. But I feel as though, again, to go back to the majority of you, this could be this person, one person, that's deciding to come in with tempering their passion. So I want to keep things moving today, but I want to see if there's anything else. The star and the moon, I think, is really romantic. We did talk about it, that, they may see you as someone that's really important. But let's see. What else, Spirit? Why is this moon and star here? Okay, Judgment. They're having a hard time seeing clarity on something. And again, that could be why they're in Hermit energy. What are they having a hard time with? It could be themselves. Seven of Flowers, Seven of Wands, themselves. They have their boundaries up in some way. The moon energy. Now, that could just be their personality where, like I said, hi, baby. What? Hi, Cloud. Sorry, guys. Let me pet him. Hi, baby. That's one of my cats. Honey, no. All right, I gotta pause. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I got one of my cats, Moon. She wants the window open and it's freezing temps outside. And the other cat, he's being feisty right now. All right, but we got the Seven of Flowers, the Seven of Wands, and to go back to the energy of boundaries, the moon, to talk about, like, this could be who this person is at set point. They could be an introvert. They could be uncomfortable when it comes to romance, but we're getting two kings. And if this is their energy, they are confident. But this could be something from their past, or, again, blocks or just boundaries that they have set based on past relationships. But with Judgment coming in the reverse, they may not be seeing the best perspective right now when it comes to their own boundaries. And again, that could be why they're in Hermit energy. We're also getting it with the Emperor in reverse. So this person is figuring themselves out right now as far as, are they capable of moving forward in a stable, consistent manner and temper their passion? I do believe that, look at that, the pair, the Lover's energy, Gemini, and this is called the pair in this deck, card number 6. This is the decision that they're making. How do they move forward in your direction? It's not going to be in that passionate way. I mean, I think it's going to be. You're going to feel the attraction with this person, the mutual. You're going to feel the vibe that they're bringing, whether you want this person or not. Okay, guys? You're going to feel that they're into you, but they're going to do it in a way that they're coming from a confident place, but it's just not where they're at currently in the current energy. But they have hope. I do feel like, with the star, that's like a wish fulfillment. That's, a hope that like a positive outcome I'm getting, which is could account for why they are gonna end up feeling more confident and moving in your direction sooner rather than later. So I want to get more clarity with the oracle, and before we do, I'm gonna press pause right quick and close the window. Hang on, guys. Okay, so my toes were starting to get cold. It's freezing. Uh, and I typically like my place cold. I like when it's cold, but to go to your reading though, I'm wondering if this person is kind of icing themselves out, getting out of their shell in some way, warming up to the idea of how they want to come through, because I do feel that they are hyper focusing. I mean, but it's not feeling great right now. But they're trying to get out of that energy. I think for a lot of you though, I mean, again, I'm having a hard time deciding because as the channel is building, we're getting a lot of different collective energies. But a lot of you, this could be two people you're thinking about. Someone from your past, and that could have been a physical connection that you feel very strongly about. And then someone else. But again, we are talking about what do they want to say to you. So that's why I think it might be one person. And so let's see. I think the oracle is going to help. I want to start with the neon love. This person, spirit, what's going on? What would they say? Together. You know what the funny thing is? Maybe that's kind of what they want to say, where they don't only want it to be a physical relationship. They actually want something solid. You feel me? Dreamy. Ooh, these are good cards. But let's get a few so we could kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. Slow down. Oh my God, there it is. They came in with passion and now they're tempering it with earth energy. There might be a pause in this connection right now. But I do believe if they scared you off, or if they are reflecting, especially if there was a false start, like, how do I switch this energy up? Because they don't want to lose this. All right, let's get. Okay, this is really good. Whoa, guys. Now, by the way, there is a lot of, if you look at it, there's a lot of stop signs. There's a lot of stuff. But like half the deck, then the other half. So to look at the mirage of positivity coming through, I feel as though this person is really interested. That's very clear. This person hasn't let you go. I do believe they have butterflies and crush energy. Even if you've had this person, if you and this person have shared history, you could still have crush energy for someone, especially if it hasn't really taken off yet. But we're getting we're getting crushed, we're getting a ring together, dreamy. This person, again, is hyper focusing on you, but it could be, even though whenever I see the 6 of teacups or cups in the reverse, it feels like an unhealthy attachment. But it's coming next to the moon and stars. And that was like the first feeling I got. Like, you're their everything. Even if you guys haven't solidified anything yet, maybe that's what this person is wondering about. Like, why do they feel so strongly? That could be why they're taking a moment. But something about this energy may have rushed. It could have been a rush, this energy. So either they would say, I need this to slow down, or, group one, I may have rushed in, or they may be saying that you rushed in, or that's what both of you did. But I feel as though they would want to talk to you about taking their time, slowing it down. Again, to go back to hedgehogs, the earth energy is the slowest. That could be years, in tarot. So I think if anything, they want to build stability as opposed to this being explosive and then it's over before you know it. So that makes a lot of sense. And it kind of is helping me feel that I'm not off with the tarot, because I feel like this could be one person, and they want to come in a different way. Okay, so let's see the Truth Oracle. And again, if you hear any noises, both of my kitties, Moon and Cloud Strife, Moon is obsessed with the window right now, and she wants me to open it. But again, it's very cold outside. Dream. I don't know why I said dream like that. I meant to say Cloud, my cat, but apparently I forgot his name and I said dream because I kept looking at dreamy. Dream, maybe something to you. You've been having dreams lately. They may even tell you again, what would they say to you if they could? They may not ever say this, but they would say, like, I fantasize about you. I dream about you. I imagine us together. You're my sun. I don't know why I said sun, but you're my star. You're my moon. And they want to solidify this into the future. They've made their decision. So that's kind of what we're getting, guys. All right, let's see. It took a minute for me to get there, so I hope you guys are still here. Law, marriage, gosh, that's the first thing I'm thinking. Libra energy, something legal. Silence, that could be the Hermit energy. I feel like miss you. Oh my God, guys. I don't think I've seen that card yet come out in a reading. Message, communication. Okay, so this is kind of confirming what we are now understanding about this person. Uninvited guest. And then we have Chew. Now, there was a message I got at the very beginning. Cat. With our cat. With the Cheshire cat. It's all connected, guys. But the message that we got at the beginning, where they may wonder, or they may ask you, like, did you move on? Do you have someone else? So that could be for a few of you. Don't force that to fit. But that could be where the uninvited guest energy is, where they're thinking about it. Like, have you moved on, group one? Do you have someone else? Do you have a king of hedgehogs? Or, are they, and again, they may be reflecting on all of this. I do believe they want to communicate. So I don't think this is a confession at all, guys. This would be something they would actually talk to you about, is what I'm getting. And I believe that this might happen. Like, what we're talking about right now, what do they want to say to you, may come into fruition. They may say, I miss you. I really like you. I see you in my future. But if they don't, this is what they would say. Okay, it's very nostalgic energy too, with the Six of Cups and miss you. They may really feel connected to your energy. So let's keep it moving. I want to see what animal, and then we're going to get to your final messages. Like I said, I want to kind of be direct today with today's reading. What do they want to say? Not get too in depth, but I don't think we have to get in depth, or we would, you know what I mean? So let's see, animal, let's see, messages from animal spirit. What energy? What do they want to say to you? And we do have messages on these cards, but I'm curious what animal. Rattlesnake. Time, this could be a message about time. Only because time sensitive, we are leaving behind snake energy. with the year of the snake. I'm bringing it up a lot on the channel lately, but I think it's in the collective. I think you guys know. You guys, we're all talking about it, right? So, snake energy, the rattlesnake, this could feel as though this person might come through maybe in a week, 2 weeks, time sensitive. Even if you do watch this like months from now, that could still be a reference to time. I also feel like this person, like with snake energy, it's like, purging, releasing so that you could rebuild, like coming into alignment with self, looking at what's misaligned and moving on from that. So again, if they're looking at past energy and something went wrong where the new beginning or the false start or it just never happened for you and this person, it's like that might be also the energy that they would talk to you about, like I want to move on from that. I don't want to repeat what happened. I want an actual fresh start with you. We got the humpback whale, which feels very spiritual. I had a beautiful dream about whales once. They're very musical creatures. It was the most vivid dream ever. They glowed in the ocean. I've never seen a whale, guys, ever in my life. I don't think. No, I don't think so. And I've been to the ocean a lot in my travels, but the point is to dream about it. I felt like was meaningful. And I remember hearing in my dream a sound, the music they were making. And the funny thing is with this card, it says music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. So I'm wondering if this person has a nice voice. They may be a singer, or they may think you have a nice voice. Either way, when what they want to say to you is going to be soft. They're going to come in a very respectful, beautiful tone so that you and this person could realign. I want to get one more. Mountain goat. I like that energy. It's the feeling of climbing up that mountain, facing the hurdles, going through the challenges, getting to the top. And that's kind of where this person is feeling the star energy, like the revival. Okay. We got cute little kiwi. Do a walking meditation each day for the next week. So with hermit energy, that could just be where this person's energy is. Peacock after that. So I do feel as though they want to talk to you. Like this is not just what they would say. They're going to say it. But they're planning it. They're thinking about it first, kind of thing. All right, guys. So we are going to close out your reading with some cosmic messages. Get some direct, advice when it comes to this person. I'm curious, is this a new person that, it could be a friend. It could be someone that you've just started building that crush energy, that friendship, but still there hasn't been a fresh start in a romantic way, or I don't know. That's the feeling I'm getting, but don't force that. I mean, all of you have different types of connections, but I think if you resonate, this will make sense for you guys. So let's see. What do they want to say? Do something kind for someone without any expectation. That could just be a general message, but find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. Ooh, what type of energy are you in right now? Group 1, if you are in a temperamental energy, if this person, angered you or upset you, spirit might be reminding you to always come from a place of love and kindness, even in your everyday world. Don't allow this type of energy to interfere with the beauty of your soul. But again, if you are stressing just in general with work or life, which, time sensitive, it's winter, it could be a little daunting, trust me. Check in with your body and release any tension you are carrying. So it's kind of aligned right now. But let's get one more and then bottom of the deck. Oh. When you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. So switch up your energy. Sometimes it's the small things that feel so good. You know what I mean? Like when you look forward to something, like all day I've been looking forward to doing readings when I got home from work. Like it lifts me up. So that's me, right? But for you guys, what is it? And make sure if you're in that kind of funk or you're hyper focusing on this person and it's starting to feel yucky inside, switch up the energy, listen to music maybe. Be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. You don't have to fake it though. I think I open up my closet for Moon. I think like sometimes depending on what you do in the real world as far as your job or, social gatherings that you have to commit to, sometimes you have to fake it just so that you're not, but it's okay too to be authentic. Like if you're not feeling great, um don't force it. Find something that excites you, but if nothing's exciting you, that's okay too. You know what I mean? Is my point. But this is kind of interesting random advice, but I think it's just maybe a check-in that spirit is talking to you about your mood or your frequency currently, whether it's related to this person or not. It could just be the energy. And I get it. Trust me, I'm like a roller coaster sometimes, especially in winter. So, just check in with yourself, guys. Check in with your body, see what's going on, and switch it up if you can. Okay. So to go back to your reading, I hope this made sense. Let me know if it did. And this is where we're going to leave it. And hopefully I will see you again. Bye, guys. Hey, everyone, and welcome to our reading today. If you chose this lizard and or the Druid Craft Tarot, then you're at the right place. And this deck is pretty big. So bear with me. I'm going to try to shuffle it as best as I can. So we are talking about, what do they want to say to you, this person you are currently thinking about? And I'm curious, like, what type of messages are going to come through for this collective? What do they want to say? It could be their emotions. It could be something in the vulnerable side. But it could also be a confession. Who knows? But we are going to leave it open, see what spirit has to say. Now, if it doesn't resonate, then again, feel free to pick another pile. We might get some direct, specific things. I don't know. We're going to leave it open. So that being said, let's tune in. Thank you so much, Spirit. For Group 2 Collective, may we get the best messages for Group 2's higher self today for this reading? What do they want to say to Group 2, Spirit? Okay. All right, let's see. Ooh, what do they want to say? Queen of Cups. I feel like I saw this when I was shuffling, or it could have been another green card. They are green. Yeah, maybe not, but Queen of Cups. What do they want to say to you? So definitely gonna try to squeeze all these cards in, guys. We're gonna do 5 today. 5 and 5. 8 of Swords. Gorgeous deck. The King of Swords. Everything got bright. Okay, we're not going to take both of these, guys, or 3 of these. So, again, bear with me. The right cards will come through. What does this person want to say? The Fool. Now, this is our first major arcana, card number 0, Aquarius energy, which is air. Looks like a greyhound. The greyhound bus, the greyhound might mean something for you guys. Ooh, looks like a knight. What is this? A prince. Okay, Dang, I forgot to. It might be a knight because we see a horse, but I do got to double check, guys. So hang on because I don't want to move forward because sometimes I get messages as I'm shuffling. So let me double check. Hang on one second. All right. Actually, I should have known. Maybe it's been a long day, but the princes are always knights, which makes sense, and princess is always page. All right, so Prince of Swords, King of Swords, the Fool, Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups. We're getting everything upright. What does this person want to say to you? King of Wands with the Queen of Cups. Wow. I'm not sure if you could see it. Maybe. That is feeling like a power couple. Very passionate. What do they want to say to group 2's? This is such a positive reading, guys. Goodness, 10 of Pentacles, but we still have more cards to come through, so I want to get the big picture. But, you know, that could be what they're trapped in their mind about. 5 of Wands in the reverse. We got our first reversal. Coming in with the King of Swords. Let's see. Oh my God. Are we taking that? 8 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. I feel like we're taking it, guys. And bottom of the deck energy is Strength in the reverse, which is Leo energy, card number 8. Okay, let me double check. Hopefully everything is straight. It looks straight. All right, guys, this is interesting. You know, I feel like this person wants to say so much to you. It's like they want to run to you and tell you this in real life. It feels, and you know, and again, we are looking at the Druid craft tarot, which is very fantasy but it does feel that way. It does feel very, like a fairy tale in a way. But we're at the part of the movie or the fairy tale where things are going wrong. So let's get into it. Sorry, I had a moment with this energy. All right, I want to talk about the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. I think the first thing this person would talk to you about is that they do view you as such a beautiful match to their energy. They're very passionate and they love that you come in with loving energy to temper their passion. And I feel like they love that their passion could ignite you in a way. Whether that's true or not, that's what they would say to you. I do believe that they watch you. They think you're beautiful. They think you are. I feel like they do view you as some sort of high priestess in a way, someone that does have a spiritual side to them. And they would talk to you about that. They would say that they really do value that about you. So let's get to the good stuff though, because I do feel as though something that they would talk to you about is wanting to move in your direction and wanting to talk to you about perhaps starting again. But I don't think they would say this to you guys. Like, so this legitimately doesn't feel like a confession. It's more so about what they're feeling inside that they would want to share with you if they were able to, but for whatever reason, they don't feel comfortable sharing stuff like this with you. But I do feel like part of them is, you know, considering coming forward in a communicative way. So let's talk about that for a second. We have the Prince of Swords and we got the King of Swords. Now, this is someone that is wanting to be logical, wanting to have a intelligent viewpoint on this connection when it comes to you. I feel as though part of them really does want to rush in, but I think maybe they did in the past And they may want to talk to you about that. Like if they rushed in and they coming in as very communicative, but something went wrong, or maybe there was a false start of some kind with the Ace of Cups in reverse. I did get that in pile one, but it may not be related to this reading. Either way, I feel as though they would want to talk to you about the fact that they are not ready for a new beginning yet, and it's because they are coming through in an intelligent way, even though they want a new beginning. But something about the future is stressing them out, and I think they would talk to you about it. And we could get clarifiers, like they may be going through something that's keeping them from feeling clear or comfortable about the future. You know, we're getting the Eight of Swords, and it's coming through with the Ten of Pentacles. This is someone that's in their head, that's feeling a little trapped. And if it's looking at the Ten of Pentacles, it has something to do with family. It could be about their foundation. It could be about finances where they're not feeling comfortable. They may talk to you about that. But with the Five of Wands coming through next to this, I feel as though this is creating a lot of conflict in their life right now, that they're trying to like see in an intelligent way. Like it's like they're wanting to sit and reflect and think about it. But in order to do so, they have to take a step back, which is why the Fool and the Eight of Cups energy is such an interesting energy to come through. You know, the Fool feels like forward movement. So does the Prince. It's night energy. Okay. And yet we're getting the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Cups in the reverse, as though this forward movement has been stifled. Now, if this was something that did occur in the past where things didn't work out, they are definitely going to talk to you about it, or that's what they would want to talk to you about, I should say, because I'm not sure if they're going to come in with this conversation. We could find out in the Oracle. But I think a lot of this might just be how they're feeling inside. And they're imagining talking to you about this. Whether it's going to come into fruition in the 3D, we'll see. If we could get some information, is my point. But I'm also getting the feeling like with Eight of Cups, they may be taking a pause. They may be looking in a different direction before they come in. And I think it's because it's something about like risking. Do they want to risk? And they may talk to you and say, like, you might feel like a risk to them at this point. I want to see what type of, let's not forget about strength. I feel like this is where this person is right now. They're feeling a little weak. I don't know where to put it, guys. Okay, I guess we could put it here for now. But Spirit, I want to see what the Eight of Cups is about. Did someone walk away, or is there a timeout? And it's coming through, like shuffling up, face up. But it's coming through with the Fool. So I'm trying to see, Spirit. What do we need to see with this energy? Working. They're taking time to build something and work towards something. What the heck is this? Oh, this is card number 14, Temperance. All right, so it says the Ferlet. Apologize if I'm mispronouncing it, but it's also difficult to see. But it is a major arcana, guys. Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy, and it's coming in the reverse. Okay, they're feeling unsettled. They're feeling like this is a risk to move in your direction. And again, what they would say to you is this, maybe, which is why they're not moving in your direction. They're not feeling comfortable with it right now. They're not feeling in charge. So they could be taking a moment to look in a different direction. I want to see what the King of Wands and Queen of Cups is, because this is very sweet energy. So, I just saw Two of Swords, and now we're getting the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, and I gotta cover this. Wow. So there's a little bit of stuck energy. It's like they see you as a beautiful match. They really love your energy. They have emotions for you. But something about the future, it could be having to do with commitment, guys. It's keeping them in conflict. But it also could be that they're feeling unstable or unstable right now in their current circumstances, which is why they're coming in a logical, intelligent way, so they think. And that is keeping them from moving forward to a future. And this is what they're kind of trapped right now in. And it's making them feel all sorts of things, guys. It doesn't feel good right now for them. It's like because part of them wants to rush in, but it's like they know it's not the right time, so they're moving in a different direction. This could have to do with business. Let's see. But it could be anything. What is it? Eight of Swords, bro. What is this? Five of Cups in reverse, and it's coming with the Five of Wands in reverse. They're healing something. What are they healing? They've left. Oh my God, these cards. So we got the Star and we got the World in reverse. Unfinished business with something. And I'm wondering if this is something from their past that has nothing to do with you. But sorry, I had to figure out how to cover. There's a couple of nude cards. But we got it. We got it under control. King of Cups. To go back to King of Wands, like this person does have emotions for you guys. But they're feeling a little weak about it. Like it's not coming with strength. Aligned strength and forward aligned movement, which is why you might see that they're not moving in your direction. What they would talk to you about is they would say, this is not over. You are still in their energy. They do want to move in your direction, but they would tell you maybe that they are dealing with some healing. They're healing something. We're getting it with the Star and the Five of Cups in reverse. That could be deep healing, transformation. But it also could be like some sort of ego death that they are getting more into alignment with this energy. Either way, there's some unfinished business that they are trying to close out, whether it has to do with you or not. But I'm thinking this is something in their past. And again, it could have to do with business. It could have to do with love. It could be a past relationship that they are healing from. But don't force that. It could also be unfinished business that they believe that they have with you as they're going through their healing. So let's get into the Oracle, because now I'm curious what messages, and we're going to keep it going today. Try to keep it on the shorter side. So let's see. We're going to get into our neon love, because I want to kind of figure out like what they say to you. What else is going on, Spirit? What else do we need to see with this energy? Arguments. Okay. This is getting interesting. There could be conflict. Polyamorous. Now, don't force this. This could be a message that, maybe that's why there's something about settling down. It could be that. This could be where they want to keep things open, but don't force that. We also have best friend. Moving in. Gosh, this could be random details. So again, slow down. So again, don't force it. It might mean something for some of you though. Losing interest. Slow down, losing interest, arguments. Gosh, you guys could have had some conflict. Now, this could also be the energy of you kind of moving away from them with the Eight of Cups here. Where they may tell you, they may see that you might be losing interest. Some of you could have been friends. Some of you, this could have been friends with benefits type of thing, where now it's starting to be where this person might talk to you about, do they want to risk your friendship? Some of you could live together. I don't know. We're getting a lot of specifics on this. super like. Some of you could have met online, but a lot of you, again, slowed down, losing interest. I'm wondering if that is the stage that this person has put this connection in, where they're kind of like pressing the brakes right now. They could be trying to friend zone. You could be sensing that they're leaving their options open, maybe, but it may also be that they do view you as a beautiful, kind, and loving energy. And I feel as though they do have emotions for you, especially with the King of Cups now at the bottom of the deck. We got the Five of Swords in reverse. But this person might be holding on to conflict. And this could be their own boundaries. This could be beliefs that they are having a hard time letting go when it comes to commitment or settling down or choosing to fight for a connection and take risks or take that risk. So this could be what they would say to you, like where they are not, maybe they're not ready. They may want to start off as friends before going into a commitment. They don't want a new beginning right now. They may also say they have emotions for you. So I'm wondering what else is going on. So let's get into the Truth Oracle. What would they say? What would they say? What the Truth Oracle is going to. Wow, this came out in group 1 as well. First card. You might have messages in pile 1, but so law. I feel like, gosh, some of you, this could be, for some of you, this could be a legal situation, separation for some, a divorce, but again, don't force it. I feel like we're getting a lot of specific details, which makes sense because we're getting, a collective energy for a reading, like what would they say? So I'm probably there's more than one collective in this energy today for all the readings, to be honest. But either way, divine intervention and law. Let's see what else. What would they say? Independent. So I feel like this does feel like a cool down. I do feel like this, you and this person, oh, and here we go. But ironically, affairs coming in at the bottom of the deck energy. So this might not be for everyone. Again, don't force anything. Shadows coming through after that. Don't force anything, guys, but let's talk about it, okay? You and this person, for some of the collective, some of you, this could be a breakup, a legal separation, a divorce, something big. Where the future now, where this person would talk to you about feeling trapped in their head about the future when it comes to this connection with you. I do feel as though this person, with the King of Swords, that could be a divorce, that could be a breakup, something serious, but we didn't get the Three of Swords, so I don't think there's heartbreak involved. If anything, this person would talk to you about, they're more in the healing. Don't force this, but with poly and affairs, someone could have cheated in this connection, but maybe not. Maybe this person would talk to you about some of the affairs. Maybe. Now, if that doesn't fit, don't force it, but it could also be affairs at work, like just their current affairs in their 3D, which is keeping them trapped. We did talk about where some of the collective, this could be a person that is not financially stable right now, where they don't want to start anything new and they have to kind of focus on business and work toward that. So that could be for some of you guys. All right. But for others, that this could be very specific, where this person would talk to you about wanting to keep things open. Like they don't want to be with one person right now. They want to have affairs. And maybe not in the shadows. It could be just dating multiple people, but keeping their options open, but also being honest with people. So I'm wondering, would they be honest with you? Like they don't want to They don't want a beginning as far as a commitment. They would be happy though with I feel like they know that you aren't a bad person, guys. They do value your beauty. To go back to how they feel about you. King of Cups doesn't mean that they are in love. It could be love. The type of love that you have for someone, like in a friendship capacity, or even if it was a romantic connection at one time, it doesn't mean that this person is in love. It could be a romantic, and they might talk to you about that. I do feel like with independent, this does feel like single energy. Okay, I want to get the animal now. So messages from animal spirit guides. Gosh, it started off so good with the Queen of Cups, and then we got the King of Wands, but again, sometimes, this is one of those readings though. What would you want to say? Now, again, if this doesn't, don't force it. And hopefully those people that didn't make sense clicked off already. All right, spider. Weaving a web of lies, maybe. But for some, it could be just in the shadows. We got walrus. Shark. Oh, goodness. All right, I don't know why I keep going. Humpback whale. We got this in group 1. And then the kiwi, also bottom of the deck. And peacock. Gosh, maybe I got to shuffle better, but I'm going to focus on these 3 cards because this feels like this collective's energy, guys, okay? Walrus, the message that it says, remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention in signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. So this could be a message about red flags. It could also be a message about, not ignoring if this person seems like the type of person that is keeping their options open. If you and this person, or if this person has communicated to you that they do want to walk away, or like both of you broke up mutually. And if that hasn't happened, this could be where it's important to pay attention to signs right now, guys. But, if you're not feeling aligned right now with this person, it feels very yucky. It feels misaligned. You're overthinking. And I've been there before, guys. My ex, this was a person I could not trust. And this person would really do things that were not okay with others. And I just want you to know that whether even if it was didn't go all the way, even if it was a text or something like that, it doesn't feel good. So if you're feeling like you have to be on high alert, or you're not feeling trust and you're with this person currently, please make sure you don't ignore red flags, especially with the energy that's coming through. Now, for those of you that you already broke up with this person would talk to you about all of this. Like, they would be open, I think, and they would talk to you about why they always thought the grass was always greener, maybe, and maybe it's hard for them to settle down, and it could be a person that is needing to heal, whatever that might look like for this person. Because even with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, it could be someone that is, we're getting a lot of indicators of that, where this person may have some past things that they need to release, and they could be going through some sort of dark night, whether they're going through a spiritual journey. It could also be just someone that's going through a hard time right now, emotionally. So again, there's multiple messages I'm getting for why they might be trapped in their mind when it comes to this connection. But I do believe that what we're seeing here is someone that is kind of on the prowl too. Shark energy, follow your instincts is a message, but they may say to you that it could be a person that's coming through with shark energy, this person. where they were on the prowl. Or that could have been the energy too. King of Wands is very passionate, could be very reckless, but it is coming upright. So this person could have a lot of redeeming qualities, could be very charming. King of Wands is a sweet talker. This person could be very good looking. And again, if they are viewing you in such a beautiful, positive energy, this might have been someone that you thought could be someone in your future, but it could have been them just being on the prowl a little bit. Okay. Don't force it, but again, that seems to be the case. I want to get your final messages, guys, and I hope you're okay. I'm not sure what type of connection this is. It doesn't seem too serious, but if it is someone that, for those of you that are going through a divorce or a separation with this person, obviously that is a serious thing, but I think you're at a point where you're not holding on to it so seriously, if that makes sense. Make time to play, have fun, be free. Ooh, if there was a breakup, this is a message to be free. Enjoy it, guys. Dude, I remember that feeling of relief when I finally, and that person, my ex, they kept trying to message me. They kept, and I just was so adamant. And thankfully, because of that, I was able to move on and just be free and play and be single and independent and ready, to be open to receive somewhere with a better alignment. And again, that was such a long time ago, and I still remember that feeling, even though it's feeling very distant now. But either way, if this is your current energy, I think Spirit is saying it's time to have fun. Remember that it's okay to be happy. Really, it is. Wow. This feels very aligned. This is reminding me of a reading I did for cosmic messages. Might want to check that out. Okay, let's see. You have such a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. And because I said that, I might link it in the description. You have such a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. Don't dim to fit in, guys. Get out of your shell. Stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders. I love this energy. I feel like if you've been, oh my God, this also came out in that reading. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life, dude. So Spirit is coming through. Wow. Spirit is coming through in a very strong way, an indicator to just remind you that it's okay to be happy, guys. You don't have to hold on to this. And even if this person does deem you in such a beautiful Queen of Cups energy, you are a loving soul. Don't dim that energy. It's okay to mourn, even if you know whether this person comes back in or not. But I feel like at this time, it does feel as though, this person who came in maybe hot and heavy and in such a forward movement is now making it known that that's as far as it goes. You know what I mean? That could be really difficult, especially if you are an emotional person and maybe they did really care for you too. Again, we're getting a couple of different collectives for this reading. So that being said, I hope it was not confusing. I hope it made sense. If it didn't, that's okay. See you later. You probably already clicked off. But if it did make sense, let me know. Send a like, comment, let me know what's going on, and subscribe if you haven't. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again. All right, bye. Group 3, welcome to your reading today. If you chose the Rose Quartz Double Pointed Tower, and maybe, or the Stained Glass Tarot deck, then you are at the right place. So we're talking about this person you are currently thinking about, tuning into that energy. We're asking, what would they say to you? Whether it's a confession or something in the vulnerable emotional side of things that they may not have ever said. We're leaving it open, and you know, we might get some specific details. So don't force everything to fit, and if it doesn't resonate right away, then it's probably not your reading. So of course, feel free to choose another pile. That being said, let's get into it. Thank you so much, Spirit. I love you so much. Thank you for coming through for the collective energy of group 3 as we're tapping in to this person. What would they say to group 3? What do they want to say to group 3? What do they want to say? What would they say? Queen of Cups coming through as our first card. And we also have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Cards, I'm realizing, are bending. I hear one of my cats meowing outside. The door is open. I don't know what they're doing. Queen of Swords in reverse. Sorry for the detour. What else do we need to see, Spirit? The Tower. Okay. I was wondering. So the Tower is card number 16, Scorpio energy. Very emotionally charged. And we have this another seven of Swords. So we got the 7 of Cups and 7 of Swords in the reverse, guys. Let's see our clarifiers. Let's get the big picture. Spirit, what do we need to see? What do they want to say? King of Swords. Ooh. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. This could be some sort of connection. One of you, it could be you that's not happy with this person. There could have been some sort of break in the foundation between you and this person. As a side note. All right, we have the 3 of Pentacles. With the 7 of Cups, by the way. All right, Hanged Man. This is our second major arcana. And the Hanged Man is card number 12, Pisces energy, water. So we have fire and water. Queen of Cups, that's water energy. That could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Air is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. And same thing for the Queen of Swords. So, you know, may or may not be your sign, but let's see what else. Knight of Cups. What do they want to say? The Emperor. Wow, guys. So the 8 of Swords, they're trapped right now. So I do believe that this person would talk to you about whatever it is that you're mad about. They view you as someone that is not happy with them. But I do feel like you two are a compatible match. We're getting the swords, the queen and the king. That usually is an indicator of a power couple of some kind. But because it's swords energy, that could also be with queen in the reverse. Again, to go back to the energy that they know that you're upset with them. Usually they view you as someone that is very loving. You know, you're also coming through as Cups energy and upright. I think they would talk to you about that. They would want to say that they know that you are loving. You are compassionate. It almost feels like they would want to apologize. Is the feeling that I'm getting. They are planning, or they are strategizing of how they would want to come back in with an apology. They're looking at things differently. They may even explain to you, like, what they would want to say is their rationale, their reasoning, and their new perspective on whatever it is that went down. I think that with the Tower moment, it does feel like something changed abruptly. But with the Knight of Cups, I just feel like that's so interesting. So I want to get clarifiers before we move on. But I want to say that they want to come in your direction after this break in the foundation. It's like they want to move forward because right now they're feeling very solid. They want to be honest with you about something. And that could have been what they weren't honest with you originally, what could have torn this foundation to shreds, which may be why you're mad or upset or blocking them or walking away from them. They're getting insights because of it. Something about you being upset or walking away or whatever it is that looks like for you in this connection. Like if you are, because there's not really an indicator, they're not focusing on that with their conversation. What they're focusing on is where your energy is toward them. So they view you as someone that's upset. But to me, I feel as though there was something abruptly happened. And it brought them into a burst of alignment of what they need to do and what they want to do. And I feel like they want to be clear on something with you. So let's see. Ace of Cups, they were healing something. They may feel that they weren't ready at one time. Place the Tower here. Judgment in reverse. They weren't seeing things clearly. So whatever it is that happened between you and this person that which may have ended things or some sort of breakdown in this connection, it's because this person was not seeing things clearly because they were healing from something or they were feeling very exhausted or depleted in some way. But I do feel as though, part of how they would communicate this to you is very intelligently. Like they're very rational thinkers. And they may wonder if you're going to see their side of things clearly if they were to explain this to you. Like, would you believe them? Would you understand their perspective? Either way, I do believe they want to come toward with the love offer. So, 10 of Pentacles, because I feel something about a future energy with you. They want to change the trajectory of this connection, guys. They want things to be better between the both of you. So, what would they say to you? What do they want to say to you? They had their boundaries up. They weren't ready. They weren't ready to be open. They may have been emotionally unavailable at one time. I think they would talk to you about that when they are ready, when they're available, when they're emotionally available. This is what they would say. This is what they would want to come back in to your good graces because they see you in such a beautiful way, guys. And they're trapped in their mind, though, about all of this. And I think a lot of it is they're not through with their healing yet. I think they really do need to go through a little bit of time to reflect, to plan, to get organized. They feel a little flighty right now as well. I do believe that they do want a better future with you. So I do see forward movement. I do feel they're going to come in when they're confident, when they have good perspective, when they see things differently, when they've made a good plan. They're intelligent thinkers. They're very logical thinkers. So they're going to be strategic, but they feel they're going to be successful with the Emperor energy. That's very strong. It's Aries energy, fire energy again. So, wow. We're going to get into the Oracle because I feel like this is pretty straightforward. This person is wanting to come back in, guys. Eventually. They will. I'm wondering if we could get any more information of what they would want to say to you and a time frame maybe, but maybe not. Not with the Oracle that I have. But stay tuned for the next reading. But what do they want to say to you? Let's see. What else? Friend zone. Did they put you in a friend zone? They may have. They weren't ready. If they were emotionally unavailable, they may have put you in a corner. And maybe that made you get turned off and you walked away, perhaps. Again, it might look different for all of you, but it's the energy. Boundaries. Ooh. This is what we were picking up on with the tarot. This person wants to lower their boundaries. I feel like that's what they needed to heal. Something in their past, perhaps things that left them with defenses up, them not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to share, holding things in. Oh my God, situationship. This could have been why you are done. Because again, the Queen of Swords, especially the energy I'm getting right now with it in reverse, with everything else going on, it's like the Queen of Swords is cool, calm, and collected when they are in a right state of mind, but they know that you are like rationalizing this to be something that you're no longer going to be participate in is what I'm getting. So I feel like this, let's get a couple more, but I am ready for my to move on to the next tarot. Friends with benefits. This is crazy. A lot of indicators that they may have done this. They may have set some really strong boundaries, are indicators that they are not, wow, they are not committing right now. This could have been why you were done walking away. Even if you did feel a little bit of a spiritual connection. For some of you, this could be something spiritual. And if that's the case, this person really could have hurt you. And I'm sorry. I don't think they meant to do it. I think they just weren't ready, guys. But however they did it may have made you feel a certain way, especially if they were making you look a different way toward them. Either way, they may have broken your heart and they may know it. We're getting a lot of the heartbreak cards. I've never seen that many all in one reading. So they may know that they broke your heart in some way or hurt you in some way. You know, we didn't get the Three of Swords, but it feels like the Three of Swords times 5, 6. Okay, let's move on. I want to see what's really going on. What else would they say? Truth, Oracle. Let's shuffle it one more time. I want to make sure it's shuffled well. Okay, even though I'm bending them so much right now. All right, I just gotta accept. All right, let's see, Spirit. Truth, Oracle with this energy. What would they say? Clown. They were clowning around. They weren't taking it seriously. That's my mirror card. That's my twin energy. I was picking up on it, but I wasn't getting... You know, some people do view Queen of Swords, King of Swords. That could be a twin energy too. Again, don't force it. But this could be a confirmation. This could be them if there's a separation and if they think you've walked away permanently, guys, especially if this is the energy that they put out there, they are really coming to some insights about their actions. Encounter. They want to manifest some sort of encounter. They want to have a conversation with you. Divine timing. Okay, this is kind of making sense. Letting go. They may think you let go. They may have been someone that was a thorn to you, but they do want to offer you a rose. I do feel like that's something that they're thinking about, strategizing over. I do feel like they might come in like, you know, I understand if you don't ever want to talk to me. I understand if you've let go, but I have to try one more time because I can't let you go right now. And they might be waiting for divine timing, the perfect timing. Or if they're not waiting for any type of timing, this is when they will talk to you. If they ever do, in the divine time, guys. is the message. Go out for drinks, maybe. See a sunset. Gosh, I do feel like this person does feel really like I don't know if they're feeling so regrettable over it, but it's more so like they're just trying to be logical now. Like they know they messed up. What do they have to do to fix it? And if this is what they have to fix, like if they want to come in and they're getting different perspective on this type of connection, but they weren't taking it seriously. They were friend zoning. They were putting a lot of boundaries. They were coming not in their authentic way. They may have been showing you a side of them that was more toxic. If you saw them or realized that they were having other options available to them at one time, or doing things online you might have noticed was kind of like grossing you out, or whatever it is that they were doing where you decided no longer available. It's like now they are understanding that they are feeling more comfortable being available. But you do not have to accept this back in, guys. You know, I don't know what happened or what specifically they did. This could literally mean they cheated on you, but I don't know what type of connection. But I think for the majority or the right collective, this might not have ever really been a relationship exclusively yet. So cheating, again, just may be the energy they were in, like showing you that they weren't the committed type, or saying things like, I'm not good with commitment, where you might think that they are the type of person that would cheat. Let's see, what do they want to say to you now with the animal oracle, or what energy are they coming through in spirit? You're their penguin. Maybe that's what they would say to you? Elk? Wow. That's an elk. Oh my God. I had a conversation with one of my good friends about the difference between elk and deer and moose. That might mean something for some of you, but gosh, look at the eyes, right? It's like staring. This person has their eyes on you. They would say that they haven't let go of you. It's clear that they haven't. You know, again, they're gaining some perspective and they're strategizing right now. So they do have their eye on you. I do believe that they think that you are their penguin. I forget where I hear that from. Maybe the show Friends, maybe? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know that reference. But the feeling of them, like really feeling peace and calm and soaring above the clouds steadily when they are thinking of you. Something about your energy, you know, again, you're coming through as the Queen of Cups. That's such a loving, kind, compassionate, beautiful energy. Peacock is flashing its feathers in all my readings today. So again, I do feel like this is the type of person that saw your beauty and may have felt like they destroyed it. Like they put you in a very yucky energy and they were the cause of that, you know? They feel bad about that. And it's funny because I feel like now they realize, and that's not always easy to hear, right? The aftermath of when things go wrong. But they may want to come towards you. Boar, they could have been a pig. You know, they could have literally acted like a pig. But with boar, I feel as though now they want to come towards you. They know what they want and they're going to charge forward. And they're watching you, you know, they have you on their mind and they have you at bird's eye view. So if there is a separation, which I think the most of you this is, they're still in your energy. You might feel them in your energy. So I'm curious what your advice is going to be, because my advice would be don't focus on this person. Even if this person comes back, it might not be the energy you want. Like they might be doing or showing you or falling into the same type of energy to begin with. Allow them to show you aligned action consistently. It seems as though they do have a different perspective though, but how that's going to look in the 3D. So they are going to charge ahead. But I'm curious what your advice is as we close out your messages for today. This was a pretty fast reading for you guys. Let your feelings out, all of them, even the ones that scare you. If there's things that you need to talk to this person about, I wouldn't shy away from it. If this person comes in and doesn't even want to revisit the past, or if they are so, eager to move on, but you are having a hard time letting go or releasing any energy that you need to communicate, Spirit is saying, make sure you follow aligned action. If you are meant to say something and heal whatever it is that happened in the past that they're coming in to ask forgiveness for, it's okay to talk about it, guys. If you feel this person is going to run away, then allow them to, and then you know your answer if they ever do come back in. The point is, Spirit is saying, it's okay to let your feelings out. Now, if you need to journal or talk to someone, that's also a message that's coming in. You could use some self-care time like now. Schedule it in. Stop pushing against what is. Align with it and move on. So it looks for some of you, especially if you're in a twin connection, guys, you got to let it go. You got to move on. You might not be meant to be with this person, or you might be meant to be with this person. Allow things to unfold, but if you're waiting around and hyper-focusing, it's never going to happen, and you're going to be in stuck energy. So stop pushing against what is. So in other words, if this person is strategizing behind the scenes, keeping tabs on you, let them do their thing. But you live your best life. And it might be that you need to take some time to self-care. Journaling might be something you guys should consider doing if you don't do it already. Give your inner critique a vacation day. Be kind to yourself, guys. Have grace with yourself. You're the Queen of Cups. You're so easy to have grace with other people, but do you have it for yourself? Make sure you do. It's okay. It could feel really like abandonment, rejection. If this person really made you feel like, was it me? That type of energy, it could feel like rejection. Dude, it has nothing to do with you. You're beautiful. You are amazing. You deserve the best. And if this person is not taking aligned action in your direction, then don't pay any attention to it. And if they do come in with aligned action, then you will be in a state of mind where you could use discernment and alignment with what action to take in response, But don't wait for it, because, gosh, it's hard to explain. It's the energy of just allowing life to unfold the way it does. And who knows, maybe someone else comes in instead. You never know, guys. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That being said, I hope this made sense. I hope you're doing okay, guys. I love you, and let me know in the comments or send a like if this resonated. Subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye, guys.